Hey y'all, just wanted to talk real quick a minute about the legal concept of stare decisis and what it is. And what that is, it's a Latin term that means to stand by what is decided. And when we say this, we're usually referring to the word prior precedent when it comes to Supreme Court cases or other cases from lower courts, courts of appeals, and district courts. And what the doctrine is essentially is that a court's going to follow its prior rulings in its subsequent rulings. So if the Supreme Court rules one way in a case on an issue, it's going to go ahead in the cases that follow, it's going to rule consistently on a case that it has already decided. Similarly, the lower courts, based on the higher court's ruling, they're also going to make their decisions based on the reasoning and the holdings in the higher court's decisions so that those are consistent across the board. This doctrine makes sure that the law is applied consistently across all the decisions made by the various courts and make sure that there isn't a constant change in the case law at the higher levels of the courts. There is instances where the court will change its prior precedents and overrule its prior precedents and not follow stare decisis. And those cases are rare and few and far between, but sometimes societal changes or the prior application of a law is just no longer manageable, and the court decides it's now time to change its prior rulings to conform with a more manageable legal framework, or so that the law better reflects the norms of society that are current to the times. So that's the quick minute on stare decisis and what it is. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section and I can get back to you. And you'll probably hear this term again in our episode 3. Thanks. See you then.